Hello everyone, I am Claire.
And I'm Ben.
And we are your dental besties.
Making dentistry fun.
And today we are talking about side hustles part 2. I got loads of messages about this after the first one.
Did you? Was everyone really engaged?
You what, sorry?
Was everyone really engaged?
Yeah, because I think people are thinking, like, is there something else I can do alongside my dental career? Especially as well because a lot of what we do causes like bad back, bad hands, bad wrists, bad shoulders.
Yep.
So people are thinking, can I get to retirement as a hygienist? I don't feel like I'm going to be able to work. I mean, I'm going to say 60. I want to say 50 till I retire. But let's be realistic, it's probably going to be closer to 60, 65. And unless I get things sorted out soon, it's going to be 80.
I don't understand, though. Like, some hygienists have been doing it for 40, 45 years. And I'm like,
and
how?
If they're 40, 45 years now, they were in the time where, like, they were hand scaling a lot. Yeah. Hand jobs.
Giving hand jobs left, right, and centre.
They were giving hand jobs left, right, and centre, and so their hands must
kill. Or be super strong.
Yeah, or be like this. Yeah, carpal tunnel is definitely a thing in our industry. Although I don't hear about it as much as I used to. Mm-mm. I felt like I used to hear it a lot more. It was something I was always really worried about. Although I'm saying all of this, I actually do have a problem with my wrist at the moment. But I play football. I have to also point out.
Yes, I was wondering where all the bruises were coming from.
I mean, I kept saying to you, like, people are going to see all these bruises. I am covered in bruises. So if you ever see bruises on me, for some reason, it's always on this arm, which I'm flashing at you. It's because I play football. I know in season 1, I said I'd stopped. I ended up playing a few friendlies, got roped into signing for the team, and I'm playing football again. So at 38, I'm back into playing football like a 15-year-old.
You're out of retirement.
I'm out of retirement. Didn't last long. But for some reason, I must either be really bad or so good and aggressive when I play. I am always covered in bruises. Absolutely covered.
Yeah, that one on the arm's massive.
This one here, it looks like a tattoo. And then I've got them all over my wrist down here as well. So there's nothing to be concerned about. I'm glad I got that in because I did think people are going to be starting to wonder because I think in season 1 I had a bruise there as well.
All the time.
So side hustles then. Do you know what? I put a little thing out on Instagram where I was like, let us talk about your side hustles. I want to put that information out there to people because then people can see them and look into what they're doing. So it's not just about us, even though we feel like it is.
I think it's really interesting, though, because obviously we all have a common interest in the fact that it's teeth and gums, but also like interests outside of that and where it takes you. Well,
within teeth and gums, it's still within that realm. So there was one person sent something in and they said that they are getting lots of joy out of running a study club. So they are actually sort of like fronting that. It's in South Wales. She's called Jade. And it's called, now I'm not going to be able to pronounce this. I see this word a lot in Welsh.
Oh, yes. Please pronounce it.
Oh, well, that is another game that we're playing later on in the series, isn't it?
Yep.
Quitch?
Is it Kutch?
Is it Kutch?
Kutch.
Kutch.
Kutch, I think. Yeah, Kutch.
Kutch. That's Welsh for... I thought it was Welsh for cuddle, but...
Yeah, it's Welsh for cuddle, I think.
So is it the Cuddle Study Club? Because I hear people say, like, give us a little quitch.
Yeah, I think it is, like a hug.
So it's the Cuddle Study Club? No, it can't be.
Maybe it's kind of like warm and welcoming.
Yeah, like the welcoming,
or you just have to hug.
Yeah, they go there and it's just everyone hugging each other.
I'm sure it means
I feel like, do you know what Kutch is? Do we know what Kutch is? Not a clue. Okay, no. So it covers from Cornwall to South Wales. That's a big area.
Yeah, but I feel like it's a neglected area.
Yes, because people have asked us to do courses and stuff down there, but it's quite a long way for us to go, isn't it? That's like a weekend away. Maybe we should do it, weekend away.
Well, I'm happy to do it down there.
Well, we're going to Bristol. Is that way? My geography's terrible.
Bristol's quite close. And are we going to Plymouth?
Bournemouth. Yeah. So
that's like the top end. So, and we're going to Cardiff.
We are. So I'm actually doing, for that study club, I'm going down to do an in-house in a few weeks' time. And they said they wanted to run a study club whilst I was there. And so the lecture I did last night for the BSDHT, I'm doing at the study club. So I'm going to get to meet Jade and meet the guys at the study club and find out if Kutch's cuddle.
I'm sure it is.
Am I going to go and get cuddled?
Is that just for like dentists, hygienists, for nurses as well, for the whole team?
I think it's hygienist. She's a very good hygienist. I think she's a therapist.
Yeah.
But she's very knowledgeable about perio. Very, very knowledgeable. I spoke to her a few times and she knows her stuff. Like she's so good. And actually I spoke to her, the practice owner who she works with, and he's very impressed with her and what she's brought to the team from coming. So yeah, I think she's brought some really good value to the team.
Have you seen it on Instagram? Have they got an Instagram?
Yes. Well, I've seen it on her Instagram. So I have seen her post things about it when she's run them. But I don't think it's got its own Instagram page. I'll look into that. But they're called the Quitch Study Club.
Jade, if you're listening, you need to get your own Instagram.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm terrible. If it's not on Instagram, it didn't happen. I find like the news out on Instagram.
It's like the new
now.
Google.
Yeah. It's
well, it's like my son watches TikTok and gives me facts. And I'm like, Evan, is that a TikTok fact? He's like, yeah. I'm like, right, please don't go to school and write these things in your exams because TikTok isn't the way to get your information.
It's so weird that we watch it and we instantly believe
everything that's on there.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, we said in the last podcast, wasn't it? There's so many things out there which are like, it's great because people like us and experts in their field and industry and stuff can send out information to their patients and things like that. But then you've also got a lot of non-experts, like literally
thinking that they're experts.
Yeah. Basically throwing out drivel.
Well, that's very positive. Well done, Jade.
Well done, Jade. We're really impressed with you. I did. I used to do the study clubs, didn't I, with Faye? Well, we still do. We just haven't had time to do them with everything else we've got going on. The contemporary hygienist. We were going like London, Manchester, Leeds, Birmingham. That was really good, but it's very time consuming. So
I think study clubs are the way forward, or like small courses, because I always go to like a big lecture and I have so many questions, but questions that you could probably iron out in about a 5-minute conversation.
Yeah.
But you don't want to put your hand up and be like, yeah, but can you just re-explain that bit?
Yeah.
Whereas the small groups, they're much more like intimate and you can be like, hash it out between you, can't you?
I prefer to lecture in small groups as well. So like my best lectures, my best speaking comes when it's a smaller group and I actually sit down with them and I'll say to them at the beginning, like, I want this to be a two-way conversation. It's not about me standing here and just barking stuff at you. I want you to actually, like, if you have something you want me to expand on or if you've got anything you want to add, because we all learn from each other, then just shout out. And you can do that when it's a small group. People are more likely to do that in a small group and you get more out of the course. Whereas when it's a big one, which they're all great as well, it is a lot more of you standing there telling people, do you know what I can't stand is when everyone stands there with the face like this. And you're looking, thinking, they're not enjoying themselves.
Do you know what I hate? When you're teaching and then they go on their phone.
Yeah. Or start chatting with each other.
Oh, like, side, yeah. And I'm like, guys, it's not easy standing up here. Yeah,
it isn't easy, like speaking. No. I did, we are totally digressing. I did a course once. It was just after COVID. This was awful. Just after COVID, everyone had to wear masks and everyone was sat 2 meters away from each other. And so you couldn't see anything but their eyes. And for like 6 hours, there was just eyes staring at me. I couldn't tell if they were enjoying it. I couldn't tell. Everyone was still a bit like, oh, don't get too close to me. I felt like I literally stood up there and spoke for 6 hours, spoke for 6 hours. And then when it finished, I was like exhausted, like mentally drained from it. It was awful, so hard.
It was really hard.
I always say to people now, I like smiles and nods. And they do. They sit there smiling and nodding. So it's...
just showing some interest in what you're saying, so you know you're on the right path. It's when they start, like, the head drops and they start yawning
and it makes you feel like you start getting into your own head, don't you?
It's straight away,
horrible.
really quickly.
So I've got another one here: clean burning and soy wax melts and candles. So this is a person who started clean burning, so in the sense
burning.
So I think it's like it doesn't leave like a residue when it burns, like, you know, when it can go like black, maybe clean burning, so it doesn't leave so there's no like toxins in the air, maybe, is that a thing?
Like an incense stick.
And soy wax melts and candles, so they're like a candle making business.
Yes.
Elements Candle Company. We were talking about
candles.
Perio.
Do they make Perio? Do they make tonsil stone?
She's a hygienist, so we would like to have tonsil stone smell, please.
For Claire in her surgery.
I do not want that. Please don't make that. That sounds so gross.
But
do you know what I do love?
To do candle making.
Candle making does sound like it's really fun. I love aftershave smells. So I'd love to do candles that smell like certain aftershaves. So, like, you know, if you want, I don't know, what's a really nice aftershave? Creed smell. Creed is so nice. Imagine your whole house smelling like Creed.
Yeah, but I think sometimes it gets like, it's nice if you get a whiff of it, but if it's like constant, it's a bit much.
No,
do you not think?
I like it.
Do you?
If a guy goes past with a nice smelling aftershave, I'm like,
I like sparry vibes.
Oh, do you? Yeah.
But I would love to. that person should do a study club stroke candle making class after.
Well, do you know what? I didn't finish in one of our previous episodes about what my idea was for that scents company. So if you were a scentologist, you could say to a practice, your whole team comes along, chooses your scent, and then that's your practice scent. No one else has it. It's bespoke to you and you've chosen it. And it's a team building exercise as well.
So have we confirmed that scentologist is a real profession?
Well, if it's not, I think we should become them. And that's our next business venture.
Scentology. So if previous episode we talked about scents and then I called them scentologists and now it's just
It's a word. It sounds like a word.
It sounds good though, doesn't it?
It does sound good. I actually would love to be like, hi, I'm Claire, I'm a scentologist. Doesn't that sound good?
I studied scentology.
Yeah, I'm a scentologist. I study scentology. I teach scentology.
What would your ideal smell be in surgery?
I think do you know what? I do like it when someone comes in with a really nice smelling like aftershave perfume and it lingers in the air for a while. I do really like that. So I'd probably go aftershave. Man. I like the smell of man.
No, but like particular, like I love like a bergamot.
Yeah, but I think is that not in some of the nicely manly aftershaves? Is that not what I like? No? Okay. I just see that a lot on like...
So you just want your surgery to smell like men? No comment, moving on. Next slide, hustle.
That same person also commented underneath saying also subgingival scaling and finding... I should have read this before I read it out.
Finding what?
A pube in the pocket. Randomly, I think they were also answering another question on Instagram.
Yeah, that's a weird side hustle.
They basically said that they have a candle company and they find pubes in pockets.
Lovely. Never combine the two.
Above that, though, I have a colleague that's put that they had a patient once that admitted they used their dog's meat-flavoured toothpaste because they like it. That's gross.
That is absolutely freaking rank.
Yeah. Do you know what?
Doesn't
Side
have fluoride in?
That's the point. Yeah, it might do, actually.
Meat-flavoured toothpaste.
Meat-flavoured toothpaste. Pate.
I couldn't think of
Just
anything worse.
brushing your teeth with pate. We just want to take a second to say thank you to our sponsors who want to show their support to hygienists and therapists by sponsoring this podcast.
So we've been super picky because we only want to work with brands that we endorse, use, recommend, and feel like you could benefit from knowing about. We do want to say a real big thank you to Scrubs, Boutique Whitening, Dr. Hef's Mints, and Oh My Gob.
Details for our sponsors can be found in the show notes.
And if you want to sponsor season 3, then get in touch.
On with the show. So back to side hustles. Candle making seems to be a popular one. There's another one. So Zeb and Row, which I think actually is a really cool name. That's very...
Zeb and
Yeah, it's very hip. Zeb and Row. It sounds like a really designer clothes store, that doesn't it?
Is that the brand?
Yeah. I bought this jacket from Zeb and Row. That sounds good.
Zeb and Row.
That must be their kids' names, maybe? Candle company, Zeb and Row, spelled Z-E-B. Z. I'm American now.
Z-E-B.
Z-E-B and R-L.
Zeb and Row. Do they have Instagram?
I will check that. Let's go on their Instagram later and spread the word. Oh, this is a good one. Someone has a photography and videography agency.
What's agency?
Yeah. So alongside Dentistry, they also do photography and videography. A lot of people like doing photography and stuff.
Imagine their clinical photos.
Oh, I bet they've got like banging clinical photos. Yeah. And they're called Exaptured Group. I'm going to put that in the show notes because...
Exaptured?
Yes, because I can't say it. So it's at exaptured.group. If I show you, am I saying that right?
Yeah, I think it's like captured, isn't it?
So, but with an X. So it's basically at captured.group with an X instead of a C. What I'm going to do is in the show notes, I'll put all of these on there.
Yeah,
so yeah, they've had the
in.
decency to text in and let me know what they're doing as side hustles so we can spread the word about them. So yeah, it's...
So I want to do a candle making business now.
I think that'd be really nice. That would be nice. I know someone else that does a candle making thing. It must be a thing. Although now I am thinking I want to own a Scentology workshop.
We could call it Scentology.
That's actually a really cool name for a brand, Scentology. Oh, what are you wearing? Oh, it's just this scent from Scentology.
Is it a thing? I'm going to Google it as soon as I
We're going to Google this. It's actually a word. It's actually a degree level course.
You know, by the time we get home, we'll have a business plan. We'll know where we're getting the funding from.
Yeah.
You know where the shop's going.
Yeah. Sponsored by Scrubs.
Yeah. For Scrubs.
Okay, we are going to do some Pilates. Your side hustle. You're going to teach me some Pilates. I'm going to warn you now, I'm really not flexible in the slightest. So if you're going to try and make me do some sort of splits, it's not happening. But I also wanted to do it in our scrubs. This is why I told you not to get changed, because I wanted to prove how flexible they were and how in surgery we can maybe do some of these moves. So you don't have to be like, oh, I can't do it. I'm wearing like tight scrubs. These are nice and flexible, nice and stretchy. And so you can do these moves, and it's going to help you in clinic as well.
Yeah, so you'll definitely have to tune in for the YouTube channel because it's going to be very difficult to teach you over Spotify.
Let's see how good you actually are. Yeah. Can you teach someone remotely?
Remotely. But you can follow along on the YouTube. I'm just going to do a few simple stretches and a few Pilates moves. Because our problem a lot of the time is because we're hunched over, our shoulder muscles will stretch out and our chest muscles get shorter. So our shoulders round forward. And then we struggle to obviously straighten our head. So we get a really tight upper back. So we're going to counter that with some exercises.
Can I just show you one of mine quickly? I got from the I think she's called the Calm Hygienist. Again, I'll tag her in the show notes as well because she's also very good. She does more yoga, so she's not Pilates, she's yoga. And the one that she taught me, you're going to go, Claire, you just literally take this from me. Is it something to do with this? No?
No, that's very yogic though.
Is it yogic? Right. So this one, sometimes in the middle of the day when I'm like, I am struggling with my back, this is like a lifesaver. So you get I'm going to probably show you on it. So you're just going to turn, like get your hands, you're going to interlock them. So you've got your elbows and you interlock them. So it's kind of like.
Preppers.
Yeah. Oh, what's it called?
Do you like yoga?
On and off I've done it. I've not done it properly. Is it called like the eagle or something?
I don't know.
So you do this and then you kind of lift it up a little bit and it really does stretch your back a bit. And if you turn your head, you can get a stretch one side and then turn your head and get the stretch the other side. And then you can turn them around and do it the other way.
Oh, I can't do it that way.
And honestly, when you've got like one side worse than the other, you can actually feel this like completely stretch out. Is it scapular? Like it's nice, isn't it? And that has been game changer for me. So I'm very, very... pleased I got taught that one by her.
You trapezius.
That's you trapezius, yeah. Okay, show me the way.
Right, let's go. Right, should we do some stretches? Okay, so let's lie back. We're just going to do some nice, easy stretches first of all. Okay. So we're going to lie back with our hands above our shoulders, palms facing in, a little bit of tension on this ball. Okay, your shoulders should be nice and neutral, so they're not pronated or supinated. Okay, so we're just going to push into the ball very slightly. Take an inhale. On the exhale, we're going to push the ball away. Well done. And then just return the shoulders back to neutral. So we're not pulling the shoulder blades together yet. We're just pushing away with our arms. Well done. And back. One more. Inhale and exhale. Away. Perfect. Now we're going to squeeze our shoulder blades together. So we're going to take an inhale, exhale, squeeze those shoulders together. And then relax. Let everything go back to neutral. Inhale, exhale, squeeze together. Well done. Back to neutral. Last one. We're going to inhale. That's it. Squeeze and back. We'll just place the ball on the side for now. We're going to use this in a second. Have our arms straight up. So this is just a stretch, okay? So it's not necessarily an exercise, but we're just going to take our arm back and up. Now, I know this might be a little bit difficult to do in surgery, but if you've got a kind of staff room or clean space, it's just nice to stretch the shoulders out. Like I said, your pec muscles get really tight when you're clinical, so then your shoulders start compensating and you end up like a little prawn by the end of the day.
French prawn.
Prawn, that's it. So we're going to take our hands down by our side. We're just going to grab the ball. And I find this like a super nice stretch. So we're going to sit up slightly, just place it in between our shoulder blades. That's it. Lie back, so it's under your neck, but then you push back, so it's under your breastbone.
Yeah.
Drop your bum to the ground.
Yeah.
That's it. And just stretch out. It doesn't feel good.
Oh, that feels really good.
If you want to, you can take your arms out to the side. Take them out to the side. We're going to hit each other. But yeah, just stretch everything out.
Oh,
it's just about opening up the chest.
Yeah.
It feels really good, doesn't it?
Yeah. My what's it called? Chiropractor. He says to get something underneath your back and then like sort of open everything up like this.
Yeah. A little Pilates ball. I mean, the cost like 4 or 5 quid. You don't fill them over up, but they're really good. To kind of just get that extension. Even a towel, so a towel rolled up or something, just to really open up the chest a lot more. So pop the balls to the side. We're going to lie in our front. Oh, just twist over. Okay, we're going to do breaststroke prep. So we're going to have our arms just here. Okay, heads on the floor. So it's not going to be easy to I'll just shout at you, don't worry. Okay, we're going to take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, we're just going to push into our hands and lift the head and just open up that front body. So you open up your chest a little bit and then back down. Head touches the floor. Well done. We're going to come back up. So you just really pull in. You don't want to go too far that you feel like it's going into your mid-back, but you're coming down. Again, it's just opening up the chest and strengthening the spine extensors. Down we go. And then we can also do it where our hands are down by our hips. We're going to take an inhale. Your hands are going to reach towards your toes. Your head's going to come up and you just open up that chest.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it feels nice, doesn't it? And back down. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, we come up. Well done. Reach to your toes. Back down. And last one. We come up. And back. Maybe I should do some vlogs or some videos on in the practice in chair.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So do some vlogging.
So these are really good for the staff room.
Yeah.
That one's really good for us to strengthen that mid and upper back, and into our shoulders, the scapular stabilization.
Yeah.
Because that's what we all struggle with.
Yeah. That's really, really good. I liked that one with the ball.
Yeah.
Could you do that in the dental chair then? Some of them, because you could like just
You could probably do it in the dental chair.
lay it back.
Yeah, lay it back. It's just about opening up this. So even if you had your arms here, and you just pull your shoulder blades back, so like the shoulder blades, imagine they're trying to kiss each other. And opening up this.
Yeah, love
helps.
that. Well, if you found this helped you and you want to know more, and if you want to share this with people that you know are suffering as well in clinic, then like, share, subscribe, and yeah, share it and let people know what they can be doing to help.
Open that chest. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.